Are you tired of playing small, stuck in the same routine, wondering if there's more to life? Have you ever wondered what sets the billionaires apart from the rest of us? What's their secret? The truth is, it's not about luck, not about timing, and not about who you know. It's about how they think. Today, I'm going to show you how to think like a billionaire. This isn't about just money, this is about winning in every area of your life. Business, relationships, health, and personal growth. If you're ready to transform your mindset, overcome obstacles, and take massive action toward success, you're in the right place. This is your turning point. Stick with me because by the end of this speech, you'll have a clear blueprint for thinking and acting like a billionaire, and that's when everything in your life will begin to change. The billionaire mindset isn't just about accumulating wealth, it's about seeing the world differently, thinking in possibilities instead of limitations, and taking bold, decisive actions that push you forward every single day. This way of thinking is accessible to you regardless of where you're starting from. But it all begins with a shift in how you view yourself and your future. Once you unlock this mindset, you'll stop playing by the rules of the ordinary and start playing by the rules of those who win big like billionaires. This isn't a dream, it's a strategy. And today you're about to learn how to start using it. The time for waiting is over. Today you're going to discover how billionaires think, how they turn challenges into opportunities, and how you can apply their secrets to your life right now. Don't let fear, self-doubt, or the past hold you back anymore. If you want to win big, this is your chance to start thinking like the people who do it every day. Today is your turning point. What sets billionaires apart from the rest of us? Is it their luck, their connections, their timing? No, it's their mindset. Billionaires think differently. They operate on a level where challenges are seen as opportunities, where obstacles are merely stepping stones, and where success is inevitable, not because of chance, but because they relentlessly mold their minds and actions for success. You see, it's not just about accumulating money, it's about how they think, how they view themselves, and how they approach every challenge. Most people are trapped in the mindset of limitations. They see the world as a place of scarcity. There's not enough to go around, so they fight for what's left. Billionaires, on the other hand, live in a world of abundance. They believe there's more than enough for everyone. They believe their opportunities are endless, and they pursue them with a deep conviction that success is not just possible but inevitable. That's the core of the billionaire mindset: belief in yourself, belief in your vision, and an unwavering commitment to success. The first thing billionaires do is make the shift from I wish to I will. They don't sit around hoping for a better future. They take massive action toward creating the life they want. It starts with a belief so deep in their bones that they simply cannot fail. They focus on the long-term vision, not immediate pleasures. While others chase short-term highs, billionaires are laser-focused on the bigger picture. They understand that real success takes time and effort. Let me tell you something important. If you want to think like a billionaire, you have to make one fundamental shift: stop living in a state of scarcity. Instead, embrace abundance. The world is full of opportunities. You can have what you want, but you have to believe it's available to you. When you stop fearing that there's not enough, when you stop thinking that success is limited to only a few, your mindset will expand, and that's when everything changes. Now let's talk about goals. Billionaires don't just set goals, they set aggressive, transformational goals. They set goals that challenge them, stretch them, and force them to grow. They're not aiming for mediocrity, they're aiming for greatness, and they break those goals down into actionable steps, making sure that every single day moves them closer to their vision. You might be asking yourself right now, but how do I develop this mindset? First, you have to believe in yourself. You need to build unshakable confidence in your ability to achieve. It doesn't matter where you start, it matters where you're going. Think of your mind as a garden. What you plant today is what will grow tomorrow. If you plant seeds of doubt and fear, that's all you'll get. But if you plant seeds of belief, determination, and action, you'll see them flourish into success. The billionaire mindset is also about reflection. Take a moment right now. What's your mindset holding you back from? What are the beliefs you've accepted as truth that have kept you from reaching your full potential? This exercise is powerful. It's the first step toward unlocking a new way of thinking. Identify those limiting beliefs and start to reframe them. Replace I can't with I will, and it's impossible with it's inevitable. This shift is critical to thinking like a billionaire. The next step is to recognize that the challenges you face are not roadblocks, they're stepping stones. Billionaires see failure not as a setback but as a lesson, an opportunity to grow. And it's that ability to turn failure into growth that sets them apart. They understand that in order to win big, they have to fail big too. So what's the biggest shift you need to make to win big? It's about moving from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. Stop focusing on what you don't have and start focusing on what you can create. Billionaires create their reality. They see the world through a lens of endless possibilities, and they take action to turn those possibilities into reality. Here's the thing, your mindset is the foundation of everything you do. If you change how you think, you'll change what you do, and ultimately, you'll change the results you get. Think of your mind as the driver of your life. If your mind is telling you you're stuck, you'll stay stuck. If your mind is telling you it's possible, you'll move forward. To start thinking like a billionaire, The first thing you need to do is understand the power of your beliefs. Believe that you are capable. Believe that you deserve success. The billionaire mindset isn't something they were born with, it's something they cultivated through action, reflection, and a commitment to becoming the best version of themselves. Start with a single belief: I can do this. Then take one action toward your goal. That's it. The billionaire mindset doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence, action, and the courage to continue. Even when things get tough, every time you act, you strengthen that belief. And with every step, you get closer to the life you want. So take a moment to reflect. What limiting beliefs are holding you back? How can you start thinking differently about your future? Once you identify those beliefs, take action to change them. The billionaire mindset is not just about wealth, it's about creating the life you want by shifting your thinking and committing to your success, no matter what. The truth is, if you start thinking like a billionaire, you'll start living like one. The mindset is the key to unlocking everything you've ever dreamed of. So make that shift today. Believe in your future. Believe that the best is yet to come, and start acting like it's already yours. Let me ask you something. Do you have a vision for your life? Or are you just moving day to day hoping something will change? It's easy to get lost in the grind, but let me tell you something, you'll never break through to your next level without a clear, powerful vision. Today, I'm going to show you why billionaires think differently about vision and how you can use this powerful tool to turn your dreams into reality. Vision isn't just a nice idea, it's your blueprint for success. It's the foundation of everything you'll accomplish. If you don't have a vision, how can you expect to know where you're going? It's like setting out on a road trip without a map or GPS. You might go somewhere, but you won't know if you're going the right way. Vision is your roadmap. It's what guides you when things get tough. It's what keeps you moving forward even when the path seems unclear. And here's the secret. Your vision has to be crystal clear. Without it, you'll always feel lost. But let's be real, most people have a vague idea of what they want. They want more money, a better job, a bigger house. But those aren't visions, they're desires. A vision is something deeper. It's the picture of your life that's so compelling, so vivid that it propels you forward every single day. When you see your future clearly, you can start building it, piece by piece. Now let's break it down. How do you craft a vision like the ones billionaires have? It starts with clarity. A billionaire's vision isn't just to get rich. Their vision is to change industries, impact millions, and create something that lasts beyond their lifetime. And when you're building your vision, it needs to inspire you in the same way. It has to fuel your passion, spark your imagination, and make you excited to get up every single morning. Here's how you do it. First, you need to see your future. Picture where you want to be 5 years from now. Don't just think about it, see it in full detail. Visualize it as if you're already living that life. What does your day look like? What do you do? Who are you with? How does it feel to be living your dream? The next step is to make sure that vision inspires you to take action. That's the key. Vision without action is just a dream. A billionaire doesn't just dream, they act. They set big, audacious goals and break them down into manageable, achievable steps. It's not enough to say, I want to be rich. You need to say, I will build a business that impacts millions of people. Then break that big goal down. What's the first step? What do you need to do today to get closer to that vision? This is where most people go wrong. They set ordinary goals, lose 10 pounds, make more money, start a side hustle. But those goals are small. They don't push you. Billionaire goals are different. They're aggressive. They're transformational. They challenge you to stretch beyond what you think is possible. If your goals don't make you a little uncomfortable, you're not aiming high enough. But setting big goals is only the beginning. The real work comes in breaking those big goals into daily actions. Billionaires aren't just thinking about their goals once a year or once a month. They're focused on them every single day. They turn their vision into daily habits, routines, and actions. Each day they take a step toward their goal, no matter how small it may seem. And that's how they keep moving forward, even when things get tough. Consistency and persistence are the secret weapons of billionaires. They show up every day even when they don't feel like it, even when they're tired, even when it feels like progress is slow. They stay the course. That's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. The ability to stay committed no matter how hard it gets. But here's the thing, this is where most people quit. They get distracted, they get scared, or they doubt themselves. They think their dream is too big, too impossible. But if you let doubt creep in, you're giving up on your vision. Fear is the enemy of success. Every successful person has dealt with fear, but they've learned how to move through it, not let it stop them. Ask yourself, what's holding you back? What's the fear or doubt that's preventing you from taking the next step toward your dream? Is it fear of failure? Fear of what others might think? Let me tell you something, those fears will always be there, but you don't have to let them control you. The key is to keep moving even when you're scared. That's how you break through. Let me take you back to a real-life example. Elon Musk, a man with a vision so powerful that he's revolutionized multiple industries. He didn't just set goals. He set visionary goals that most people thought were impossible. He wanted to make space travel affordable, create sustainable energy, and build self-driving cars. Everyone told him he was crazy. But guess what? He didn't let those doubts stop him. He kept moving forward, even when things got tough. He broke his big vision into small, actionable steps and took them every single day. And today we have SpaceX, Tesla, and Solar City, because Elon Musk believed in his vision and did whatever it took to make it happen. What can you learn from Musk's approach? First, that your vision has to be audacious. It has to challenge the impossible. And second, that success doesn't happen overnight. It's a long road filled with failures and setbacks. But if you keep going, if you stay consistent and focused, you will see results. I want you to think about your own life for a moment. What's your vision? What do you want to accomplish? If you could achieve anything, what would it be? Write it down. Make it as clear and detailed as possible. Then start breaking it down into smaller, achievable steps. Each day, take action toward your vision. And when fear and doubt show up, don't let them stop you. Keep going. Remember, your vision is your blueprint for success. It's what will guide you through the challenges and keep you on track. It's what will inspire you to take action, even when things get tough. So build that vision and then go out and make it happen. Because the future you want is within your reach. Have you ever found yourself paralyzed by fear, unsure of what risks to take, or hesitating at the edge of opportunity? We all feel it, the doubt, the hesitation, the what ifs. But here's the truth. Fear is a part of the process. If you want to succeed, especially at a high level, you need to learn to embrace risk. Today, I'm going to show you why risk is the key to unlocking your potential, how to turn fear into your greatest ally, and how billionaires have mastered the art of smart risk-taking to achieve massive success. This isn't about throwing caution to the wind. It's about understanding the power of risk, making strategic moves, and using fear as a driving force to propel you forward. The truth is, the greater the risk, the greater the reward, but only if you approach it with the right mindset. Let's get one thing straight. Risk is not something to fear. Risk is the very thing that opens doors to incredible opportunities. It's the reason why billionaires are where they are today. They didn't get there by playing it safe. They took risks, calculated, deliberate risks, and those risks paid off in a big way. If you're afraid of taking risks, you're locking yourself out of the very opportunities that could change your life. And that's the reality you need to face. If you don't take risks, you'll never reach your full potential. Now, I'm not saying you should take reckless risks. There's a huge difference between smart risk-taking and being reckless. But understand this, playing it safe all the time won't get you anywhere extraordinary. The billionaires who've built massive empires didn't just sit back and wait for things to happen. They took calculated risks based on research, knowledge, and intuition. They saw the potential reward and were willing to put themselves out there. Every successful person you admire took risks, whether it was starting a new company, making a huge investment, or stepping into unknown territory. They took that leap, knowing it might not work out, but also knowing the rewards could be life-changing. Here's the thing, fear is not your enemy. Fear is simply a signal that you're stepping into uncharted territory. Instead of running from fear, learn to use it to your advantage. When you feel fear creeping in, that's the moment you need to lean into it. Fear is a sign that you're on the edge of something big. It's a sign that you're about to grow, to take the next step toward your vision. Fear is a powerful emotion. If you understand how to control it and use it as fuel, it will push you further than you ever thought possible. Now let's talk about how you can start turning fear into fuel for your success. The first thing you need to do is reframe fear. Don't see it as something that will hold you back. See it as a signal to move forward. When you feel fear, you're being called to do something bold, to stretch your limits. The people who succeed are the ones who don't let fear stop them. Instead, they let it propel them. But there's a fine line between smart risk-taking and recklessness. Recklessness is acting without thinking, without planning, without understanding the consequences. Smart risk-taking, on the other hand, involves calculated decisions. It's about knowing the potential risks, doing your research, and making a move when the opportunity is right. Billionaires don't just dive into every risky situation. They calculate, plan, and make educated decisions. You need to develop that same ability to assess risks carefully, weighing the pros and cons before you take action. So how do you start building your tolerance for risk? How do you go from playing it safe to embracing calculated risks that will propel you forward? It starts small. Begin by identifying one area in your life where you're holding back because of fear. What's that one thing you've been putting off? Maybe it's investing in yourself, taking that course, buying the book, hiring a coach, or maybe it's taking that first step toward a new business or a new opportunity. Whatever it is, identify it and then take that first step. Gradually, as you take more risks, you'll build resilience. You'll realize that fear is just an emotion, and it doesn't have to control you. Every time you face fear head-on and make a move despite it, you'll build more confidence. You'll develop the mindset of someone who knows how to face challenges and come out stronger on the other side. Failure? It's just part of the process. You'll fail, but you'll learn, and you'll come back stronger. Every billionaire has failed more times than they've succeeded, but they didn't let failure stop them. They used it as a lesson. They got back up, reassessed, and tried again. And each time they got closer to their goals. Now let's talk about actionable steps you can take today to start embracing risk. First, invest in yourself. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the better equipped you are to make calculated decisions. So invest in learning. Whether it's books, courses, or mentorship, your education will pay off in ways you can't even imagine. The second step is identifying one risk you can take today. Maybe it's starting that side project you've been thinking about. Maybe it's reaching out to that potential client or customer. Whatever it is, take action today. Make a decision that pushes you out of your comfort zone, and then act on it. The more you do this, the more you'll build your risk tolerance. Let me ask you something. How much longer are you going to let fear control your decisions? How much longer will you hold yourself back from the life you're capable of living? You're capable of so much more than you think, but it's time to start taking risks. The kind of risks that lead to big rewards. The kind of risks that make you grow. Billionaires didn't get to where they are by playing it safe. They got there by embracing fear, by making calculated risks, and by using every challenge as fuel for their next success. And you can do the same. Start small. Build your resilience. Take that first step toward the future you want. The only thing standing between you and your goals is your willingness to take risks. It's time to step up, embrace fear, and move forward. Have you ever felt like you're putting in the hours, grinding day in and day out, but still not seeing the results you expect? Do you wonder if success really is about working harder, or if there's something else you're missing? Well, let me tell you something. Success isn't just about working hard. It's about working with consistency. If you want to build something lasting, something that stands the test of time, you have to commit to a routine, day after day. And here's the secret. This isn't about short bursts of effort. It's about showing up every single day, putting in the work, and doing it even when you don't feel like it. That's the difference between achieving greatness and staying stuck in mediocrity. Today I'm going to show you how the power of consistency, combined with the right work ethic, can set you on the path to extraordinary success. It's time to get serious about how you spend your days, and about the habits that will get you where you want to go. The foundation for long-term success is built one day at a time, and I'm here to help you build yours. Consistency isn't just a word, it's a game changer. It's the billionaire's secret to success. You've heard it before, hard work pays off. But here's the truth, hard work alone isn't enough. If you're not consistent, you'll burn out, you'll get discouraged, and eventually you'll give up. But consistency, that's what sustains success. It's the quiet force behind every billionaire's journey. It's what turns small daily actions into massive achievements. The key to success isn't doing something amazing once, it's doing something small, but powerful, day after day, even when the results aren't immediately visible. You see, there's a big difference between working hard and working consistently. Working hard is about pushing yourself when you feel motivated. It's about putting in extra hours when the pressure is on, but that's not sustainable. Consistency is different. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's about creating a routine that you stick to, even when things get tough or the rewards aren't immediate. That's how billionaires achieve success. It's not the big flashy moments that get them there. It's the daily grind, the things they do every single day, without fail, that move them closer to their goals. Look at some of the most successful people in the world. People like Warren Buffett, who made his billions by investing with patience and consistency. Or Jeff Bezos, who spent decades building Amazon into the powerhouse it is today. These individuals didn't wake up one day and magically find success. No, they put in the work every day. They honed their skills, learned continuously, and stuck to their routines. It was their consistent effort, not one burst of effort, that led them to build world-changing companies. They didn't wait for a lucky break. They created their own opportunities through sheer persistence. Take Jeff Bezos, for example. Before Amazon became the giant it is today, he worked tirelessly, sacrificing personal time and comfort to build something that was more than just a business. He made countless decisions every day that set the foundation for his success. There were no shortcuts. He spent years learning, adjusting, and refining his strategy. There was no overnight success for him. Just day after day of doing the right thing. He didn't expect immediate rewards. He focused on his vision and took the steps necessary, consistently, to make it a reality. That's the work ethic that separates those who succeed from those who don't. The question is, are you willing to commit to the long road ahead? Building something great, whether it's a business, a career, or a personal goal, takes time. And I'm not talking about weeks or months. I'm talking about years. Billionaires understand that success is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be setbacks, there will be moments of doubt, and there will be days when you'll feel like giving up. But consistency is the antidote to those doubts. When you show up every day, you get closer to your goals. Whether you feel like it or not, success doesn't come from doing something amazing once, it comes from doing the right things consistently. Now let's talk about time management. If you want to succeed at a high level, you have to master how you manage your time. Billionaires don't just work hard, they work smart. They prioritize what truly matters. They understand that every minute counts, and they use their time wisely. That doesn't mean filling every minute with work, but it does mean being intentional with how you spend your time. The first step in managing your time is to understand where your time is going. What are you spending your energy on that's not moving you closer to your goals? If you want to maximize your impact, you have to eliminate distractions. You have to focus on the activities that will bring the most value. But let's not forget, working hard every day can lead to burnout if you're not careful. So how do you keep yourself focused while also taking care of your mental and physical health? First, you have to learn to balance hard work with self-care. This isn't about burning yourself out working 24/7. It's about being intentional with your time so that you can give your best effort without running on empty. Take time to rest, recharge, and step back when needed. You need to be in the best state of mind to make the best decisions. Self-care isn't a luxury. It's essential for long-term success. One of the most important things you can do is learn to say no. You have to be selective about where you invest your time and energy. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Be mindful of what you're saying yes to. Does it move you toward your goals? Does it align with your vision? If not, it's okay to say no. Focus on the things that will have the greatest impact, and don't let distractions derail you from your path. Let me challenge you, take a moment today to assess your current routine. Are you consistent in your efforts, or do you find yourself jumping from one thing to the next? Do you have a daily routine that keeps you on track, or are you letting days slip by without making significant progress? Take a close look at where you can improve, and then make a plan to implement small changes. Success isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about being consistent with the small things that compound over time. Consistency isn't just a trait of the successful, it's the secret weapon that makes success possible. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter and showing up every day no matter how you feel. It's about focusing on the right things, eliminating distractions, and giving your best effort every single day. If you commit to consistency and make it a non-negotiable part of your routine, you'll unlock the door to success. So get up tomorrow, show up for yourself, and put in the work. The results will follow. Keep going day after day, and before you know it, you'll be living the life you've always dreamed of. Have you ever felt like you're working hard but struggling to get the doors to success to open? Do you look around and see others moving forward and wonder what it is that they're doing differently? What if I told you the key to unlocking your potential and reaching the heights of success lies in something that doesn't require extra work but smarter connections? It's not just about how hard you work, it's about who you know. It's about the relationships you build. Today I'm going to show you how networking and leveraging the right relationships can be your ticket to incredible opportunities. This isn't about empty small talk or collecting business cards. This is about building genuine, meaningful relationships with influential people who can help you grow. Stick with me, because what you're about to hear could shift the way you see success, and it will help you open the doors you've been struggling to reach. Let's talk about one of the best-kept secrets of the ultra-successful: their network. Billionaires understand that success isn't a solo journey, it's a collective one. They know that strategic relationships are the foundation of their wealth and influence. The people they know and the connections they've built are what have allowed them to scale their success in ways most people only dream of. But it's not just about knowing people, it's about knowing the right people, and more importantly, nurturing those relationships with purpose and value. Building a powerful network isn't about trying to collect as many names as possible. It's about cultivating relationships with individuals who share your vision and can support your growth. Think about it for a moment. Who you surround yourself with is directly tied to your success. You've heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? It's true. If you want to go far, you need to surround yourself with people who push you, challenge you, and help you level up. But the key to this is building relationships, not just looking for people to take from. The most successful people in the world aren't just taking from others, they're adding value, they're creating partnerships, and they're collaborating. This shift in mindset is what separates successful individuals from the ones who struggle to make meaningful progress. So how do billionaires build these powerful networks? First, they put themselves in the right places. They understand the value of surrounding themselves with others who have similar ambitions, similar drive, and similar goals. It's not about waiting for opportunities to come to them. It's about going out and finding those opportunities by making meaningful connections. Think about the people you've admired. They didn't get there alone. They made deliberate choices about who they allowed into their lives, who they learned from, and who they helped along the way. Their network became the launchpad for their growth. You can do this too. It starts with creating your own billionaire network. But this doesn't mean simply trying to get in touch with successful people for the sake of getting something from them. You need to focus on providing value to those you wish to connect with. Build genuine relationships. Show up and offer your help before you ask for something. Be the person who helps others rise and watches the doors to new opportunities start to open for you. Start with small, intentional actions. Find ways to support others. Learn about their needs and offer your expertise. This is how you lay the groundwork for powerful relationships. Identifying and approaching potential mentors is another key component. Don't just focus on trying to find someone at the top. Focus on people who can offer you wisdom, insight, and guidance. Mentors don't always have to be billionaires themselves. They can be anyone who has experience and knowledge that will help you grow. It's important to approach these potential mentors with respect, humility, and a clear understanding of what you're seeking from them. Be specific in how they can help you and show them how you can add value in return. People are far more likely to help you if they see that you're genuinely interested in learning and growing, not just taking from them. But let's talk about the power of collaboration. There's an old saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Billionaires understand this. They don't see others as competitors. They see them as collaborators. Working together multiplies your success. When you combine your strengths with the strengths of others, you create something much bigger than you could ever create on your own. Take Mark Zuckerberg, for example. Mark didn't create Facebook by himself. He worked with others. He formed strategic partnerships with people who had skills, connections, and insights that helped him build a platform that would change the world. His success wasn't just about his ideas. It was about the relationships he nurtured and the team he built. The more you work with others and support them, the more opportunities will come your way. But networking isn't just about building a network to get something in return. It's about giving back. Billionaires focus on creating value, not just taking it. They understand that the more they give, the more they get in return. Giving back strengthens your relationships and helps you create even deeper connections. When you add value to others' lives, you create a ripple effect that will come back to you in ways you never imagined. Whether it's offering advice, helping someone connect with the right person, or sharing your knowledge, every time you give, you build a stronger foundation for your network. Networking tips for aspiring billionaires aren't about being selfish. They're about giving first, building trust, and being consistent in your efforts. You don't have to attend every event or shake every hand in the room. Focus on the quality of the relationships you build. Engage on social media with intention. Share your insights and be consistent in your interactions. When you show up and engage with authenticity, people will remember you and you'll begin to attract the right opportunities. Now take a moment to reflect. How can you expand your network today? Who do you know that could help you move closer to your goals? Have you been focusing on what you can give rather than what you can take? It's time to strengthen your connections and build relationships that matter. Start today. Reach out to someone who can help you grow, offer them value, and watch how your network begins to grow in ways you never expected. Relationships aren't just a tool for success, they are success. Build them with purpose and watch your life change. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, the money just doesn't seem to follow? Do you find yourself wondering why it's so hard to break free from financial stress, or why wealth seems so elusive to so many people? I'm here to tell you that the difference between struggling financially and mastering money isn't about how much you make, but how you think about and manage it. Today we're going to unlock the secrets of wealth creation, secrets that billionaires use every day to grow their fortunes. It's not about getting lucky or waiting for a windfall. It's about shifting your mindset, making smart decisions, and understanding that money is not the goal, it's the tool. Stick with me because what you'll learn today could change the way you see money, and it could put you on the path to true financial freedom. Let's start with the first truth. Billionaires don't see money the way most people do. They don't chase money. They use money as a tool to create more opportunities, more leverage, and more freedom. Money is not the end goal. It's simply a vehicle to help them achieve greater things. When you shift your perspective from "I need to make more money" to "How can I use money to create more for myself and others?" you start to see opportunities everywhere. It's about thinking bigger and using money as a means to an end, not the end itself. This mindset shift is one of the most important changes you can make on your path to wealth. The psychology of wealth isn't based on scarcity, it's based on abundance. Most people approach money with a sense of lack, always worried there won't be enough. Billionaires, however, see money as a resource that flows freely, something they can create more of with the right strategies. When you move from a scarcity mindset to one of abundance, you stop limiting yourself with thoughts like "there's not enough for me" or "I'll never be able to make that kind of money." Instead, you open yourself up to creative solutions, new ideas, and the understanding that wealth is not a fixed pie, it's an ever-growing opportunity for those who are willing to work for it. Shifting your mindset around money means viewing it not as something to hold on to tightly, but as energy. Think of money like water, it flows and moves. The more you allow it to move through you by investing, spending wisely, and giving, the more it comes back. The more you hoard it out of fear, the more you limit your potential to grow. Billionaires view money as leverage. They don't work for money in the traditional sense, they use their money to make more money. They understand the importance of investing their wealth in ways that will multiply it over time. Whether it's stocks, real estate, or businesses, they make their money work for them. Let's talk about investing. This is where the real difference is made. Billionaires don't just sit on their money, they put it to work. They take smart risks, but they also manage those risks carefully. They invest in stocks, real estate, businesses, whatever makes sense in the long term. The key to their success is diversification. They don't put all their eggs in one basket. They spread their investments across different areas so that even if one area doesn't perform well, the others can pick up the slack. This mindset of long-term planning is critical. Billionaires know that wealth is not built overnight, it's built over decades. By making intelligent choices and staying patient, building multiple streams of income is another crucial aspect of wealth creation. If you want to achieve financial freedom, you can't rely on just one source of income. Look at the richest people in the world. They all have multiple income streams. Some of those streams might come from their businesses, others from investments in real estate or stocks, and some from side ventures. The more ways you can bring in money, the more resilient your financial position will be. When one source slows down, you'll have others to rely on. So how can you start building your own streams of income? First, think about what you already have access to. Do you have a skill you can turn into a side hustle? Can you invest in stocks or real estate? Can you leverage the power of the internet to create income through online ventures? The opportunities are limitless, but it requires a mindset shift. You need to start seeing money-making opportunities everywhere. If you can't find them, create them. Managing your wealth like a billionaire is about more than just making money, it's about making your money grow. Billionaires understand the importance of saving, investing, and reinvesting. They don't spend lavishly or live paycheck to paycheck. They put their money to work, allowing it to compound and multiply over time. Whether you're saving for retirement, buying real estate, or investing in the stock market, the goal is always to make your money grow. They don't waste money on things that don't matter, they put it toward things that will appreciate and add value to their lives. When it comes to money management, there are a few key principles to keep in mind. First, understand that wealth is built over time. It's not about instant gratification. If you want to build wealth, you need to be patient, disciplined, and consistent in your efforts. Second, be smart about your investments. Don't throw your money at the first shiny opportunity that comes your way. Research, plan, and think long-term. Third, always be looking for ways to reinvest your profits. Wealth is not about sitting on your money, it's about using it to generate more wealth. Now let's pause for a moment. How can you increase your income and start building your own wealth? Take a hard look at your current situation. Are you relying on just one source of income? Are you actively looking for ways to invest and grow your money? What could you start doing today to begin creating multiple streams of income? The answers to these questions are the first steps toward mastering money and wealth creation. Look for opportunities to reinvest in yourself and your future. Whether that means learning new skills, starting a business, or making smarter investment choices, the path to wealth starts with action. Money doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who actively pursue it. It's time to start thinking like a billionaire, acting like a billionaire, and most importantly, creating the wealth that will transform your life. Have you ever felt like you've reached your peak, like you've learned all there is to know and now you're just going through the motions? Or maybe you've hit a wall and no matter how hard you push, you can't seem to break through to the next level. I'm here to tell you something crucial: the journey doesn't end. It never ends. The path to success, the path to becoming the best version of yourself requires one thing above all: lifelong growth. The truth is, if you're not growing, you're stagnating. And stagnation leads to failure. In this speech, we're going to explore how the world's most successful individuals, billionaires, have mastered the art of continuous growth. You'll learn why they never stop learning, how they adapt in a rapidly changing world, and how you can follow their example to keep moving forward no matter where you are today. This is about more than just gaining knowledge. It's about evolving, embracing change, and setting goals that stretch you beyond your comfort zone. By the end of this speech, you'll have the tools to start your own journey of lifelong growth. Billionaires understand one key truth: learning doesn't stop at graduation. In fact, they are lifelong students. They know that to stay on top, they must keep learning, whether it's about new technologies, emerging trends, or strategies that will give them an edge. They read, they attend seminars, they surround themselves with people who challenge their thinking. Why? Because they understand that learning is the key to staying relevant and ahead of the competition. Let me tell you something: the moment you think you know it all, you've already started to fall behind. The most successful people in the world make learning a daily habit. Every day they seek out something new, whether it's a book, a podcast, a course, or simply a conversation with someone who has a different perspective. They see knowledge as a resource that never depletes, always growing and evolving. This is how they stay at the top of their game. And if you want to get to the next level, you need to do the same. Self-improvement is the foundation of continuous success. If you stop improving, you stop growing. And if you stop growing, you're left behind. Success doesn't just happen once. It happens over and over in cycles of progress. Every new step forward requires a new version of you. The people who succeed the most are constantly pushing themselves to be better than they were yesterday. They invest time in their personal growth because they know that their mindsets, habits, and skills are what propel them to new heights. Here's the thing, focusing on your personal growth keeps you ahead of the pack. It ensures that you never become obsolete. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone stuck in a job or position because they stopped learning? How many people do you know who can't adapt to new technology or changes in the world around them? In today's fast-paced world, if you're not growing, you're falling behind. So ask yourself, what are you doing every single day to improve? What habits, books, podcasts, or experiences are you engaging in to make yourself better, smarter, more capable? Constant self-improvement doesn't have to be a grand, overwhelming task. It's the small, consistent actions that add up. It could be learning a new skill, practicing discipline, or simply reading for an hour each day. The important part is to make self-improvement a habit. Don't wait for a perfect time. Make it part of your daily routine. This is how you stay relevant, sharp, and capable of handling whatever comes your way. Another characteristic that sets billionaires apart is adaptability. They don't just go with the flow, they anticipate change, embrace it, and leverage it to their advantage. The world is constantly shifting. Technology evolves, industries transform, and markets fluctuate. To stay at the top, you have to be willing to evolve with it. This ability to adapt is crucial to long-term success. Billionaires don't see change as a threat, they see it as an opportunity. They understand that the world will always move forward whether they do or not, so they make sure they are always learning, evolving, and adjusting. You can't afford to hold on to old ways of thinking or doing things just because it worked yesterday. If you want to succeed, you have to be willing to try new methods, innovate, and keep moving with the times. Building resilience is just as important as adaptability. Challenges are inevitable. Setbacks are part of the journey. But what separates those who succeed from those who give up is resilience, the ability to push through difficulties and stay focused on your goals. Billionaires face the same challenges and failures that you do, but they refuse to let those setbacks define them. Instead, they use every challenge as an opportunity to learn, grow, and bounce back even stronger. You will face hardships. You will stumble, but it's not about avoiding failure, it's about how you respond to it. Resilience means bouncing back faster, learning from your mistakes, and staying focused on your long-term vision. It means understanding that no setback is permanent and that every failure is a lesson. If you can cultivate resilience, you'll find that nothing can hold you back. The path to lifelong growth also involves raising your standards. You see, billionaires are constantly setting new, higher goals. They're never satisfied with where they are. Every time they achieve something significant, they don't stop there, they set their sights even higher. This is the secret to ever-expanding success. They understand that their standards shape their reality. If you want to achieve more, you have to demand more from yourself. Raise your expectations, push yourself harder, and aim higher than ever before. Pushing your limits is where the breakthroughs happen. The growth that you're capable of is beyond what you can currently imagine. But to reach it, you have to step outside of what's comfortable and familiar. You have to take risks, embrace discomfort, and be willing to fail in order to succeed. The greatest achievements come from those who constantly push their limits and go after challenges that once seemed impossible. Now I want you to reflect. Where are you on the path to lifelong growth? Are you actively seeking new knowledge? Are you adaptable to change? Are you setting and achieving goals that stretch your limits? Take a moment to reflect on your current journey. Identify areas where you can grow, improve, and evolve. The path to lifelong growth isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It's about steady, consistent progress toward becoming the best version of yourself. And remember, there's no finish line. The moment you stop growing, you stop succeeding. Keep pushing forward, and the possibilities are endless.